I'm Bruce Henderson. This is high enough for me. Bruce Henderson, 11 Bryce Road. I'm also one of the HYA softball vice presidents. Who from the Board of Ed would be the point person that the town should talk to when they're actually...
The administration. We're a board, we oversee it, but usually it's the BA would talk, their BA would talk to our BA, and that's how things get done.
Have there been any informal conversations about this with anybody?
No, we would act on formal.
Well, I mean, I just want to know.
For instance, let me give you a for instance how this works. We have class 3 officers in our school right now, and the township, we pay for it, and the township provides it because under law they're the ones that hire police. We don't hire police. We're in the business of education, we're not in the business of law enforcement. So the law allowed us an opportunity to partner up with the township through a shared services agreement to do that. So we worked on a shared services agreement, and then when we come to terms, then a resolution is put on our agenda, it's on their agenda, and then we can move forward. To date, I haven't received a shared services agreement as it relates to the project that I understand is being proposed. And once we do, we can move forward, but I can report we haven't received one yet.
Okay. And that would go through the administrator?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we go, and then normally what happens is then everything goes through committees. We were set up in a committee structure, and it will go through the committees. We have a Buildings and Grounds and Safety Committee that it will go through. It will go through Budget and Finance, so that...
Just on a ballpark, just because, you know, obviously the fields are in a state of repair right now, so when we're looking at it, when we're dealing with the town, you know, the opportunity is to do it. It's to do it while the fields are still being repaired and out of play. If the town came to you, you know, is there like a time frame? You know, how long does that typically take that we can expect, you know, to go through the 6 different committees, go through the board, get on the agenda?
We meet once a month. We meet once a month, and we have committee structures. Nothing's typical about this, but you know,
we wouldn't sit on it.
No, I mean it.
No, I didn't think you would sit on it. That's absolutely.
So just to add to that, you know, as part of the Holmdel 2020 initiative, we have included the laying of all the conduit that would be needed to do anything like what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So we're prepared. We just aren't funding that right now on our end.
No, that's not. No. Okay.
Board President, just a brief note when you start. Just a brief note. The board has unanimously agreed to meet with the Township Committee, so to the extent the Township Committee is listening or connecting with the folks that are here, their Township Administrator should be encouraged to reach out to the Business Administrator to schedule a joint meeting that the Board of Education unanimously agreed to conduct last year. So that I would encourage.
But that board doesn't exist anymore.
Sorry?
That board doesn't exist anymore, but we're
Sorry,
a newly constituted board. And we've asked them to reach out, and I did. I took that resolution, and they didn't want to meet with us.
So I would encourage them to reach out to the appropriate folks in administration to consider scheduling a meeting, unanimous vote from last year.
There's a process by which this can easily be done.
Right.
Just one other thing to understand, this is not a pass-through. In other words, the monies from the township isn't just like passing through to the school district. There has to be terms of arrangement and agreement, and that's the part that hasn't happened. So I mention that because sometimes it sounds that way because, yeah, we're like a couple of blocks away from the township offices and we're in the same town, we're all the same taxpayers, but it's 2 different governing entities. So we appreciate that if they're interested in this and they want to finance this, that's great, but it's not a pass-through. And so there has to be some paperwork that has to be done, a shared services agreement, so everyone knows how the money's being used, what the terms, everything like that.
Oh, phenomenal. And just, you know, maybe a little bit of background for people who don't or have not been part of the process. One of the reasons that we're looking at one of the softball fields is because in order to have lights for girls' sports for the softball program, the boys already have Phillips Park, so they have a lit facility. One of the best locations that we decided on, you know, we didn't want to go to Cross Farms because, you know, with all everything going on at Cross Farms, it's probably not the best spot. We didn't want to go to some of the other fields just because of location. So really, it's not just for the school, it's also to help the girls' sports and the softball. So it would be used by rec girls, you know, during the summer and the fall months and stuff like that. So just so if everyone's thinking about it, it's not just like, hey, we're going to do it for the girls up at the high school. Right? The reason behind it is it's because of the recreation for the girls. So appreciate all your time. Thank you very much for taking it.
Thank
Good
you.
deal. Thank you.
Anything else?